I'm here with the anti-paper leak act. While we were all busy with trying to decide whether the protest is genuine, when the education minister will resign, etc., 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 the BJP government or the NDA government has managed to increase their total number of MPs in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. NDA ends up having 166 or 170 MPs, let us say, in Rajya Sabha. What and all bills do you think the government will be able to pass? There is no Tariq pe Tariq. Case will be heard on a daily basis. Let us say a coaching academy, parents, students, then the concerned exam center, everyone are involved. They have planned it out, they have decided how to evade the system, etc. Then in that case, it is even more stricter. Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to OnlyIAS English YouTube channel. And yes, I am Nikhil Ram and I'm here with the anti-paper leak act. I mean, I know it is too early to call it an act, but yes, it has been passed in Lok Sabha. And if you don't know, while we were all busy with trying to decide whether the protest is genuine, when the education minister will resign, etc., 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 the BJP government or the NDA government has managed to increase their total number of MPs in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. In Rajya Sabha especially, this is very important considering the fact that they have crossed the 150 mark now. That is, to get any ordinary bills passed, BJP has the majority. But yes, they are still shy of that special majority number. For that special majority, they still require some 13 or 14 MPs, which we don't know might happen in the coming days. So if you remember it, I had told you earlier, one education minister's resignation alone, or even for that matter, the prime minister's resignation alone is not going to bring any effective change to the overall government here because they are having the majority. And if BJP ends up having, or NDA ends up having 166 or 170 MPs, let us say, in Rajya Sabha, what and all bills do you think the government will be able to pass? Do you think the Uniform Civil Code Bill can be passed? Do you think whether they'll be able to bring one nation, one election? Whatever are your reasons, please put it up in the comment section. We are here to discuss about the anti-paper leak, and obviously let us quickly summarize it. First, the bill seeks to provide, number one, fast-tracked investigation, speedy trial through special fast-track courts. A student of mine had asked this question in Prarambh NCRT batch, and I had forgotten to tell her at that point of time because a lot of questions were there. So fast-track court is very simple. It is a court especially created to deal with a specific case. Now, it is not necessary that it should be like for example, now fast track court for paper leak. So if a paper leak occurs and if the case gets filed, etc., it will not go to your normal courts. It will straight away go to the fast track court. The advantage is that there is no Tariq pe Tariq. Case will be heard on a daily basis. This practice is there generally for most sensational cases, terror cases, maybe assault on females, sexual assaults especially, or say for example, any matter which has, captured public's imagination where public is literally tired of it. Such cases are generally given to fast track courts. Once the case is over, the court will continue with its normal activities. You don't have to create a special court for it. An existing court, an already existing lower court can be utilized for the same. Appointment of special public prosecutors, time-bound disposal of appeals, stringent penal provisions to effectively deter unfair means and organized examination-related malpractices. That is, the punishment this time has gone up by several notches. I mean, not at all surprising considering the fact that the NDA government almost came to, a sort of a direct collision course with the public for the first time. I'm not telling the entire India was against the NDA government, but yes, in Delhi we saw some untoward incidents unfolding. Before we discuss in detail with the provisions of the bill, very quickly, Guru Purnima offers have been extended because of the fact that most of you placed a request to us telling that, so please, can you extend the offer? And as usual, PW listens to the students. We have decided to extend it. Very quickly, let us see Prahar 2027, Titan 2027, English and English batches available at 11,000. Your target is 2027. You're ready to put in the effort. You want actually, back-to-back classes, etc. Then this is your answer. You have 2 years time with you. Then you can go for Sankalp 2028, which will be available in English and Hindi. Pinnacle 2028, which is available in English, and the price of it is at 13,000. Mind you, be it Prahar, Titan, or be it Sankalp and Pinnacle, they don't include optional. Optional, you will have to take it up separately. Here, the entire general studies, CSAT, prelims cum mains preparation, all of that will be covered. All right. Then finally, you have UPSC optional 2027, 11,000 rupees in English as well as Hindi we have. Just because it is written in English, don't think that it will be only in Hindi and little in English. No, it is actually the ulta. 80% will be in English, 20% will be in Hindi. Because you must understand here, if you are expecting Shuddha Hindi, please take up Hindi language. English if you are taking, entire content will be, the PPTs especially, the PDF material especially will be in English, because you're going to write the exam in English. You have to get used to it. Otherwise, understanding the question itself can become tough for you. Optionals available are anthropology, sociology, PSIR, geography, history, mathematics, public administration, as well as Hindi, Sahitya. Then Srijan's prelims plus mains program is the 2027, 9,000 rupees. Test series plus mentorship is available, English or Hindi mein, delivering consistent results every year. All right, people, that was what it was in a nutshell. Now coming to the various provisions of the law. Existing law, already the government of India had passed a law earlier making stringent provisions where 3 years was the minimum punishment, which can be extended to 5. Fine was 10 lakh. This was basically for all those persons who were resorting to unfair means. Individuals copying, helping in copying, etc. Now that same thing has, punishment has increased now. Minimum is 5 years in jail, maximum 10, and fine has been increased to 50 lakhs. When it comes to directors, senior management, personnel and officials, earlier jail term was 3 years, now it is 5 years. Amendments relating to service providers, that is, service providers means those who are, online service providers who are conducting the exam. If they, from there and something happens, maximum fine, earlier it was 1 crore, now it is 5. Debarment period, earlier it was 4, now it is 8. Debarment period simply means you cannot hire that same company for providing any exam related services for at least a period of 8 years. Now we all know many of the so-called companies which were barred were re-brought in again by making changes within the contract, etc. So for the NDA government, one of the biggest challenge will be the transparency. The transparency in the sense to ensure that the service providers who are once debarred, they shouldn't be coming back again for providing any service for any other exam. This is one of the most crucial thing that the government will have to ensure. Okay, just because somebody has been debarred from SSC, conducting SSC exams, doesn't mean that you will allow them to conduct NEET exam. A debarment should be a debarment. Simple. Amendments relating to managerial personnel of service providers, their jail term again 5 to 10 years, 1 crore to 5 crore. Fine. Amendments relating to organized offences, maximum imprisonment was from 5 years to 7 years. Fine from 1 crore to 10 crore. Organized offences means, like a network where the, let us say, a coaching academy, parents, students, then the concerned exam center, everyone are involved. They have planned it out, they have decided how to evade the system, etc. Then in that case, it is even more stricter. 10 years, 1 crore to 10 crore. Clear, people? As you can clearly see, this time the government means business. But again, laws being tough, it is not that the older law, which was enacted in 2024, it was any less effective. But the fact of the matter here is that people are simply not bothered. Getting the picture here. The whole idea is now to what extent you are going to implement it properly, where everybody who is involved in paper leak will be made an example out of. One resignation of an education minister is not going to, education minister resign. So let us say I'm a peon. Education minister resigned, so maybe my job also will go. No. Education minister's resignation is not going to deter a peon who is going to take a photograph of a paper. Correct? For that, what should be done? A peon should basically see that another peon or another security guard, what happened to them? What happened to their case? Where are they now? They are in jail for 5 years or 10 years. Only that will act as a deterrent. Getting the point here? Investigation. Union government may refer any incident of paper leak to Central Investigative Agency. They can even constitute a special task force, and investigation has to be completed. This is the most important factor here. Investigation has to be completed within a time period of 2 months. A section also has been included. That means a deadline has been fixed. Central government will have complete right to initiate an investigation process. They can give it to any agency, but within 2 months it should be covered. Fast track courts will be there, where cases will be dealt to on a day-to-day basis. Trial should end in 3 months. So if you really see 2 plus 3 in 5 months, the whole thing should get over. Obviously, it will not get over. 2 plus 3, 5. Then afterwards, what will be there? High Court appeal, Supreme Court appeal process will be there, which again will take time. But at least at the bottom level, the process is over. One or more special public court prosecutors will be there. Court of session shall be designated as special fast track courts. One or more special public prosecutors can be designated for it. Appeals. Appeals against judgments of special track courts shall be heard by 2 judges of High Court, and that appeal should be filed within 30 days. That means 2 plus 3, 5. To file the appeal, 1 month time is there. Appeal shall be disposed of in 3 months. So 2 plus 3, 5 plus 1, 6 plus 3, 9. Delay beyond 90 days may be condoned if the High Court is satisfied with the reasons provided. Simply means that is if you have taken a delay in filing the petition after the fast track court, more than 1 month it is being. If proper reason is there, then it can be considered. New section 12B relating to appeals against judgments orders. Appeals may be preferred before High Court within 30 days, 3 months. Same point only. So that is the point. So 2 months investigation, 3 months fast track court, 1 month file the appeal. Once it goes to the High Court, again High Court should dispose it of within 3 months. Got the picture? Now, is it only that in center we have such a law? Do we have such laws in other states? Even in UP you have strict laws, because I told you one protest in Jantar Mantar is not the only issue that this country is facing. State level, the number of copying that is happening, state level, the malpractices that is happening is crazy. For example, now, KPSC chairman, Karnataka Public Service Commission, he basically submitted a document, income certificate, telling that his income is only 40,000 rupees in a year. Mind you, KPSC chairman, that is almost like State Public Service Commission chairman, like a UPSC member, almost equivalent salary. And what is the salary actually that a KPSC chairman earns? It's around 2.7 lakhs per month. What is the income certificate he submitted? 40,000 per month. Why? So that 2 of his daughters can get selected into government job. Got the logic here? Corruption is there in state services at the highest level, lowest level, paper leaks, everything is normal. So in UP, you have 1 crore fine. Provides for life imprisonment for repeated offenders. Offenses come under non-bailable act. Even under the central law, it is non-bailable. You don't get bail if you are arrested for paper leak. Cases under the act are tried in a sessions court. Rajasthan, minimum fine is 10 lakh. Maximum fine is 10 crore. Convicted examinee shall be debarred from appearing in any examination for a period of 2 years. Failure to pay the fine will attract another imprisonment of 2 years. Then other provisions are there. Seeks to prevent, amendment increase punishment, amendment increase the punishment for conspiring, punishments, etc. Even in Rajasthan, they have increased it. Odisha, Orissa conduct again. For unfair means stringent punishment, offenders, etc. Even they have brought in. Even other states like Jharkhand, Uttarakhand, etc. Even they have brought in. So if you actually look in this last 3 or 4 years, from center to states, everybody have passed laws to make it what? Leakage of question paper or exam related fraudulent activities a very strict and punishable offense. But even after that, what we are witnessing is repeated offenses happening. And the reason is very simple. As long as you have parents who want a certain job only for their child, they will go to any extent possible. On the other side, let us say you are having an unscrupulous academy. They also want only result we want. They will also indulge in this. So the pressure from all these places, see, this is what there is. If you ask me, is there a coaching mafia? These are the people who are involved in it. Because only when you show results, you will get admission. Getting the picture here? Only when you show results, you will get admission. Otherwise, people will be saying, no results for you, no results for you. Why should I join your academy? Getting the picture here? So they also indulge in it. Getting the point here? Taking it further forward. So this is it. Any further questions or queries or concerns that you have, please put it up in the comment section and let me know. And what do you think of this series here? That is, if I come with one such topic, discuss it in detail and present it out to you as a video, what do you think? Don't forget, as usual, the PDF to this entire document is available in the description. So please download it from there. Take care.